good morning this morning. This is Beauty, Business, and Banking, and I am Rochelle Hunter Mosley. And today I have three of my really, really good friends here to talk our girl talk. Because y'all going to learn something today, because I learn something from these ladies all the time.
Lord.
So we got Raquel,
Hi.
Lucy,
Hi.
and Simone.
Hello.
So these my girls in crime, right? And crime and everything. And anytime that I have anything, that's bothering me and, something that's just really ailing me, I can always count on these girls. If we're texting, we may be on, Instagram in the DM or even on a phone call, I always have, someone to call. And I do think that every woman should have someone to call. And if you don't have that in your life, you need to cultivate those type of relationships, because I've seen people live without parents, sisters and brothers, but I've never seen anyone live without friends. So I appreciate you guys.
Amen. We appreciate you.
Love that.
So I always want to start off.
Oh, Lord. Troublemaker.
What icebreaker question?
Okay.
So who want to pick?
I'll pick.
Okay.
Lucy.
It says, what do you need to let go and how can you do so?
You got to start.
Oh,
You
I
can
have to answer. Oh, okay.
We all
okay.
got to answer.
Right. What do I need to let go? I think I would need to let go of self demolishing myself. Like, seriously, like I'm the bad guy, I'm the this, I'm the that, I'm all these things, but I'm really not. I think knowing myself, getting to know myself more every day, and knowing the people that love me, I'm not. I'm great. So it's those things that I need to let go of. Like, I just, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moni.
Let's see. What do I need to let go of? I guess I could say at times self-doubt. I do feel that a lot of times I know my potential to do things, and I don't really push enough for myself. I know what I have, I know what I value, but a lot of times I just be like, oh, it's all right, whatever, and I just never really. I mean, I pour into myself, but what the things that I want to do, like if I want to write a book or do anything or anything of that sort, I feel like a lot of times that I kind of procrastinate and kind of put it on the back burner instead of just focusing on me and what I need to do for myself.
Same.
Okay.
I need to let go of, I think, saying yes to everything when I know I don't have time, but I want to think I have time, and I want to think that I got to get better time, do all the things. I need to have better time management, because I feel that for me, stress comes from rushing. Like, that makes me very stressed. Like when I think that I'm not making it or not checking off all the things that I need to check off in a day. So just being better with managing and etching out time where there's nothing there, so that if something runs over or I can't make something, it's fine. Like, I just need that. I need to be able to say no. Like, I can't make everywhere.
Yeah. Because you got to say yes to something to say no to something else, and say no to something to say yes to something else.
Yeah.
Because other than that, either you're, not there long enough, or you late.
Yeah. So it's one or the other.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Well, I think I need to let go of people's feelings.
Yes.
I need to let go of people's feelings, because even to the detriment of myself, I will not do it or do it knowing that it's not going to serve me. So I think I hold on to people's feelings way too long.
Gotcha.
Way too long. It sounds like don't let go too soon, don't give up too fast. It's like, I get confused sometimes. I'm kind of flip-flopping or whatever, but when somebody show you who they are, we really need to just freaking believe.
That's like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
With letting go of, like I will say letting go of my relationship.
Yeah.
I should have let it go 5 years earlier than When it was over, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of see it like when I'm, when I'm doing these on my dating stroll, whatever. I see it,
Yeah.
but I won't say it because I was like, oh, he has
has
so
the
much
potential.
potential.
Well,
It's the
He
potential
has so
thing.
much. Look at her shaking her head.
well, I think that women of color in general
Yeah.
have been taught that you've got to work with people. Oh, well, he's not this now, but how do you know what he's gonna be? Or you got to be a ride or die. Or you got to stay with
don't like that.
somebody.
Let me tell you what
gotta-
Rather Die almost got
It'll
me.
get you dead. Yeah, no, you got to
clank,
clink, clink.
clank, clank.
It's too much. You're expected to, when people aren't good, you're expected to keep toiling that path.
Yeah.
That's, you got to cut.
Yeah, well, why were you shaking your head, Moni?
Because I feel like a lot of times, like, they always say, like, oh, potential. But I do feel that if it was the other way around, are men as sensitive to our
absolutely not.
needs? If we were to gain weight,
That's the first thing.
I'm not interested in her anymore. I'm not really attracted to her anymore. But with us, I feel like sometimes us being as women and being nurturers, I feel like a lot of times that is kind of like imposed on us, like we have to do that. And like I was saying earlier, I don't want to be the booty piece of the bread. I want to be the middle. I want to be the nice piece, the soft piece. This is who I am. I like that. I need that, So I don't want you to not save me for last, but also dig deep and like pick out the best parts of me.
And that's so funny that you even said the booty piece of the bread because I eat the booty piece of the bread first. And when you said that, it kind of speaks volume to how I show up and who I am and how I'm, I do take it because this is what is presented to me. So I'm just going to take this, or if something is presented good, I will eat the other parts of it before I don't even eat the middle of the bread.
Right.
Yeah.
At all. I eat the edges of the bread. So when you think about that's the part of the bread that most people throw away,
Right.
those are the parts of the bread that I like.
That you like.
And then when you think about when you guys have been talking to me over the years, you was like, you know what? That's pretty much that's how you
Pretty
act
much
too.
you are,
Like
yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
eat the edges
You
of
have
the
to take
bread,
all the-
taking the scraps.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that, Ro.
No.
Well,
Like
that's
Moni says
because
that
you
all the
can.
time.
Absolutely.
Because you've always been able to make something out of nothing or make do. Because you know you can. You've gotten used to it, but you don't have to.
No,
Right.
you don't.
You don't have to.
Right.
Right. I find myself on that hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like it be 1 week and I'm dating a guy or whatever and this one thing happened. I was like, ugh, that ain't gonna work. But then I'm just like, oh, let me just give him a chance.
But maybe.
Let me
It's
just
always the maybe.
a little let me just relax. Maybe but it was that thing. It was that thing that came up 2
Right,
days into talking
Into
to
talking
you.
to 'em.
Absolutely.
That's like, you know what, I'm gonna cut this.
Right. Because you don't owe them anything. And I feel like you go into it feeling like you owe them something. And you
why I don't
don't.
like that.
And it's like as soon as when you end one relationship, you're like, oh, next time I'm not gonna be that way and I'm not gonna show up like this and I'm gonna get what I want and I'm gonna when I see something, I'm gonna go after it, but when I see something I don't like, I'm gonna dead it. Right? But then as soon as it comes time to dead it, you're like,
I
Let me give him another chance. Like I always tell you, Ro, detachment is okay.
Yeah.
That's for you. Boundaries protect you.
Right.
Standards are standards for what you
Right.
want somebody, how you want them to treat you. But boundaries are for you. And it's okay to detach. It's not about you being a mean girl.
Right.
It's not about you. Nah, you're looking out for you. Your body is the only home that you own. You have to protect it.
Right.
Your heart, your soul, your mind, everything.
But if it's perceived as mean, so what? Nobody has
So
a problem
what?
being mean to you.
Right.
They don't.
At all.
Right.
They don't care
They
at all.
don't.
They don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah,
They don't.
so-
It's true.
They don't care.
So think you said some earlier about what's the difference between standards and boundaries. Like what's the
Well, what I was kind of saying earlier is there's a difference between having standards and boundaries and being difficult. Because people think that having standards makes you difficult.
Right.
It doesn't.
Right.
But you can be difficult. Some people are never pleased. So those people are difficult. They'll find find a problem with every solution. That's not what it is. But standards are just these things don't work for me. It's always going to be a no here, and it's okay to stand on those.
right.
Yeah.
And I just feel like at this big age, it is very important to have some boundaries and some
Absolutely.
standards.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like
Absolutely.
sometimes I just get confused.
With
Just the whole thing. Like I guess I'm just frustrated with the whole day.
it's frustrating.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exhausting.
It's
frustrating.
It can be exhausting.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
It's exhausting.
Well, it's exhausting because for too many years, people haven't had boundaries. So, so men or women, I'll say it can go. If I was a man,
Either
I'd
way.
probably feel the same thing.
Yeah.
People don't respect boundaries because other people have let it slide.
Right.
Let things that are improper slide for too
Facts.
long.
Not checking
So, anytime you come with a boundary, they're like, "Oh,
What?
I don't
Right.
do this."
Yeah.
But
And that's what's going on in this day and age period, that the things that are wrong have become normal. They've become normalized. They're normalizing the nonsense. And it's and for the people that don't want the nonsense, we're like, hey,
Yeah.
we're
over here.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do y'all think we can do better though? Just what we know about each other. How, like Moni, how would you think I could do better?
I think you need to cut the cord quicker. I do feel that, you know, as a man, if he's interested in you, he's going to show you, right? You don't have to do no chasing. The sperm chase the egg. That's my motto all the time. So I feel like if he's interested in you, he's going to show you that he's interested, that he likes you, that he wants to court you, that, you know, you're a part of his day. And that's very important.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we get so wrapped up with, okay, I like him. Now let's see. I'm going to do my part. And even if he does not show up fully, I'm still going to pull the weight. And it should not be that way.
No.
Right.
It should not be that way. You're beautiful. I feel that, you know, you should date, be a serial dater. There's nothing wrong with being a serial dater.
At all.
You know,
So what does it mean to be a serial dater? Because a lot of people don't understand that concept.
serial
really.
dating is when you just, you date. It does not mean that you are being sexually active.
And that's what people
And I
get
think
confused.
that's what people get confused at, because they feel like, oh, she's out with this guy, she's doing this, she's doing that. And it's not that. You're enjoying the moments. You're enjoying how someone's treating you, how he's courting you, and you're getting to know him.
that's it.
And that's where
That's
it
what
is.
dating is.
And that's
Dating
what
is
dating's
getting
about.
to know
It's
people.
getting to know someone. It's getting to enjoy the moments, have him, you know, cherish you and make you feel good, and you guys pour into each other and enjoying the moments. It's about the moments. And I think a lot of times we focus so much on things besides the moment that we lose track of what the bigger picture is, which is having fun and dating.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can still be a serial dater while dating with intention.
Yeah.
While dating for a purpose.
Yeah.
Like it's not just you're dating all these people and you're getting to know them. And then when you get to know someone and they don't work for you, you cut the cord.
Right.
You
And
let
it
them
doesn't
go.
have to be hard
And it doesn't
feelings.
have to be hard feelings.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So,
How do you feel you could do better?
me? How I feel I can do better?
Get out the
Just,
house.
I get out-
like in
get out the
hindsight.
You need to get out the house.
Oh, calm down.
Get out the house.
I do need to get out the house though, but just working a lot,
I know.
5 days a week now, and
It gets
this and that. It's exhausting.
It is.
I get home, I have this menopause going on, and
Yeah.
I'm tired, and I'm hot, and I'm irritable, but I do need to get out the house. But I've gotten out the house, and what I've seen, I had to throw back into the, I had to throw back. Like I will block somebody in 2.2 seconds. 2.2.
Act like you know.
If you didn't text me back in 2 days, I'm good.
Yeah.
2 days is more than enough time.
Absolutely. Because
More
if you're
than enough
interested, you're
time.
interested.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm interested, I'm going to text you.
Absolutely.
And if a guy is interested, they're going to text me or they're going to call
reasonable.
me or whatever.
hook
If I
up, say,
ask you
"Wanna
like,
see you?"
are we gonna hang out or when you get back or whatever, and you don't answer me or you send me a picture without answering the question, I'm good on you.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm totally good.
Yeah.
For
sure.
that shows a lack of intention.
Absolutely.
And
a lack of interest.
A lack of interest and a lack of
and
respect. That's
but
the
I can
question.
say that you're not interested in me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with you not being interested in me. Don't lead me on.
Right.
Don't string me along. I don't have time or energy.
Absolutely.
Because we're not for everybody, and that's
No,
okay.
and everyone is not for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And just
and
because
that's
they like
okay.
you don't mean you have to like them.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yes.
So
Moni, how you feel like you could do better?
Let's see. Well, You used to always tell me I detach very easily.
Very.
And used to hate, you just detach and you're just so mean
really do
and these guys. But
But now I respect it.
that's what I'm saying.
I see it different.
Yes.
So how can you do better then?
I can do better by just, I guess, being more, I do feel like I am present, but my tolerance, my tolerance is just so low. I think at this time, like, I'm so okay with dating myself and doing me, but it's just like, I really don't even know how I can do better because what's better? Like, I don't really see much out here that's better.
Well, that's true.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? And I hate to say it like that, but I don't really.
You know what? It's so hard for
much.
us that's been trying to date or been dating for a while, and now that we're older, right? It's hard because we're so used to enjoying our own time.
Yeah.
We enjoy I enjoy myself.
Me too. I
When
love
you
my
love
company.
yourself,
Yes.
it's hard for somebody to come in
Yeah, it is.
with the nonsense. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Because when they show you who you are, you believe them,
Right.
and then you let them go.
Yeah.
And it's just it's easier to do so because you've been dating yourself, like you said.
It's true.
You've been dating yourself. You enjoy. You know what you want. And then when you come in with BS, I'm like, I could have spent this time by myself.
Right. Yeah, especially like
That's
you know
really hard.
with Mr. G, that's what I'm gonna call him. You know, he gave me a lot, and it's like now that. And we had a really good relationship. So it's like now I'm always trying to see if they can match up to him.
Right.
And it's hard.
It's hard.
Because he's top tier and then everybody else is
Yeah.
But it's hard to not compare as well.
It's
It's
always
really
in
hard.
comparison.
It's hard
Because
to
I know
not
in my
compare.
relationships, and even in my marriage, I mean, I didn't have to ask for anything.
Right.
And then when I did ask for something, it was just like, it wasn't like, oh, you keep asking. He wanted me to ask.
Right.
Like, let me know what you need. Let me know what you want. Let me know.
Right.
And that's what I'm used to. So this is not,
Not what you used to.
no, somebody done pissed in the pool terrible. Like something terrible.
It's fentanyl in the pool, pee, and
Yeah.
And it should.
yes.
It's crazy.
It's wild out here.
really, really
it's
crazy.
crazy.
And just like
Wild.
Steve Harvey said, he said, no, when he said we men made up that gold digging thing so that y'all don't ask for nothing.
Right.
That's what he said. And I believe it. And I
And the
believe
crazy
it.
thing
And
is
it's not
that
being
the
a
ones
gold digger.
that's claiming women are gold diggers are the ones have no gold.
Always
Right.
You don't have gold.
It's always
You
that
don't
way.
have silver, bronze. You don't even have copper. You don't have any mineral in your pocket to
Right.
claim that someone wants.
That's what I
Are
was
you
going to
serious?
say.
Yeah.
Financially stable men don't worry about gold
At
diggers.
all.
Because
Right.
they understand that dating is expensive.
Right.
Or if they don't even see it as expensive, it's like if they want to go
It's a
out
part of
to
life.
a quality meal
Right.
and they want to take a lovely woman
quality
with them,
woman.
that is
Exactly.
the cost of doing business. We
Thank
take
you.
ourselves out all the time.
Let's
All
drink
the time.
to
I'm just
that.
gonna say
Let's
that.
drink. How much we
that.
spend? We spend money on
We
money.
spend money.
We spend
Girl,
money.
please.
That's the
Men
cost of
with
doing
money is
business.
the cost of doing business.
Tits and ass.
Oh,
I think it's
Tits
and ass.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Take ourselves out
Yeah.
all
Cheers
the
to that.
time.
And spend a whole bag.
I love
Right.
that. That's the cost of doing business.
It
I
is.
love
Yeah.
that.
And I feel
business,
like
it is.
financially secure men understand
You're
that.
Yes, they do.
absolutely
They
right.
know what to do.
You're
And it's
absolutely
not
right.
a big deal because
They gotta eat
they
it too.
enjoy themselves. They enjoy their meal. They sit across from a beautiful woman. They have wonderful conversation. They've had an entertaining evening. What more can you ask
Right.
for?
Absolutely.
It was
Why are
better
we
than the
complaining?
movie.
Absolutely.
Of course
Right.
it
It's
is.
better than the
Yeah.
movie.
Absolutely.
Of course it is.
This one guy that tried to date me asked me how much did it cost to live where I'm living. I don't like that question.
Well, you
I don't
could
like
Google
it.
that on Zillow. Why
You
is he asking you
but
that?
but I don't
Yeah,
I
like
don't
why?
like that question because then
It's in your pockets.
you're basically telling me that you can't afford to date me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I took heed.
Yeah.
And then, just to play around, I was like, well, how much does it cost where you live? Oh, where I live is expensive. It's $1,400. I said,
In
click.
New York?
In Long Island.
Really?
Oh.
I said, oh, okay.
And that might be expensive for him.
And it's expensive for him, and I understand that. But then you're going, I didn't
You gotta
like
say how
where
much
this
you
was
wanna
heading.
Yeah, like
I didn't
stay
like
out of
where it
my
was
business.
heading.
I am not for
I
you.
didn't like the question. I don't like that finance, and we didn't even go on a date yet. I was confused. So,
Bye.
he can stay there.
Yeah, bye.
With his one dead tooth. I saw it.
He had a dead tooth.
Like, let me tell you guys.
Oh my God.
When you're on a dating app and they're not smiling, something's wrong. If you can't see a man's teeth, it's a problem.
What about a cap?
100%.
A cap what?
What if they have a cap on their head? What does that mean?
Well, that means they're bald.
Right.
Or,
But
I mean, if all 5 pictures you have a cap, it's a
Yeah.
problem.
It's a problem.
You're not comfortable with yourself. You're not LL Cool J.
Because
And
if
that
you're
smiling
bald
thing
and you
is it.
just own it.
That
No,
smiling
seriously,
thing
if you're
is
not smiling, it's a problem.
it's a problem. People got nice teeth. They want to.
They
want
wanna
to
show it.
Like I'm
Like,
not gonna be walking somewhere with
Not
my
at
hand over
all.
my mouth.
When you're
No.
not smiling, they're hiding
They are
something.
hiding
They're hiding a
something.
lot.
Yes.
Not just their teeth. They're hiding a lot. Seriously.
Yeah.
So on that same guy, he had 6 pictures. Only one of them had a smize. I screenshot it. I zoomed in and I saw one dead tooth. I said, I'm
zoom in.
good.
Good for you.
Because if you don't take care of your teeth, you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Dental care
I
is expensive.
always say that about people. You see them, they be decked out from head to toe, all the things, and then you look in their mouth. I'm like, that's the first thing you see when you wake up in the morning. You look at yourself in the mirror.
Missing
I'm
something.
Not being judgy.
It's no way. It's like, and even the missing side tooth and the bottoms
Yes.
ain't right, and the
You should
buildup of the plaque and all that.
You
I
should
mean,
not
come on
have
now.
any
And we
of
talking
that
about these
with Louis
men have
Vuitton.
great jobs.
Not with
yeah,
Louis
correct.
Vuitton.
You
And
should not
they're
have
not
any
using
of
their
that
dental
with Louis
insurance.
Vuitton or this or that. You should not.
Not the missing tooth and a little bit and the
And a
Louis
Louis
Vuitton belt.
Vuitton, yes.
Yeah,
You should
Yeah,
not.
stay away from me,
Sorry.
please. Yeah. No.
Thank you and good
Yeah.
night.
Thank you and
I
good
know.
night.
So Raquel, I know you've been dating for a minute. The same guy for a minute, right? I have experienced, being on a date with a guy that I've dated for a while.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the restaurant, bill comes or whatever, and he says, "Oh, I got the bill. You leave this check. You leave the tip."
yeah.
I don't like to be told that.
I don't have that happen.
I don't like to be told that.
Here's the thing.
She sounds confused.
yeah.
Like what?
I got
No,
to
no, no.
pay the tip.
And
Yeah,
and
no.
I
Not
don't
to pay the whole thing.
No.
Like, don't ask me.
Don't do that.
Here's the
That's
thing.
so tacky.
I think that most okay. I don't know who's raised every man. But what I do know is that especially men of our age, because young people, they got something else going on.
Yeah.
But men that we would date, we're talking about men in their 40s, 50s. It's traditional that men pay for dates. Like I feel like that's something that men do. Now I'm not saying I never pay. If he pays 15 times, I feel bad. I may buy one time or and once you get in relationships, the rules kind of shift. I think. If it's a birthday, if it's or when we go out to dinner, he 98% of the time pays. But if I cook food, maybe I'll go to the store and buy the food to cook. Something like that. But if the bill's $200, is $40 extra for a 20% tip really gonna move the needle? Like, don't do that.
Right.
Just
Don't do
pay
that.
pay the
Exactly.
bill.
Pay it.
If you gonna pay.
Just
And if I'm
pay.
paying,
Right.
I
Then
don't
I
say,
pay.
"Oh, I just paid $100. You got 20 left."
Yeah.
Come on,
Right.
Here.
Yeah, that's so cringy.
Right.
I hate that.
That's
That's
very
a little
cringy.
bit-
Very
oh,
cringy.
Super
I don't
cringy.
like
I
that.
don't like it.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
And yeah,
And I don't like half C's. Like, don't do it.
Nope.
That's not proper. If you need to split the bill with the woman, you probably
Should stay home.
cannot afford to date. And that's
Yeah,
okay.
right.
There are times in life when people are going through things and they can't afford to
and
date.
they can't afford to
Right.
date.
I speak English. I don't want to go Dutch.
I've had
Yeah,
men
I
tell
don't
me
like
that,
that.
I can't
I'm
afford to
not
date
going
you.
Dutch.
And
I
that's
don't wanna go
okay.
Dutch.
Be
And I said,
honest
okay,
and
all
let's
right.
move along.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be out. Like when we go out, we have dinners, lavish dinners with our friends. So we go out, we can drop $200. We drop $200-$300
$200-$300
each
more.
before
Each.
plenty of times. But I know that it's not realistic when you're going out with certain men. So like, how do you handle that?
But here's the thing. Think about this. There are hundreds of ethnic restaurants that are small. They are cute. And they do not cost that kind of money.
Right.
It's called research. You could find a nice little like Cuban spot or a nice little Asian spot in Fort Lee, and you could have a couple glasses of wine and a meal, and the bill will come, and it's $100 for a date.
Yeah.
You don't have to take me to, I don't know, ABC Kitchen, or you don't have to take me to RH Rooftop
Right.
for it to be a nice meal. There
Right.
are 100. It's called effort. And if you
Right.
do
Thousands.
the effort,
There's thousands in New
thousands
York.
of restaurants, New
Yeah.
York, New
New
Jersey,
yeah.
Go
that
to
are
brunch,
small,
you could do
intimate
that.
mom and pop spots that are perfectly
Really
lovely.
good.
The food is delicious. The ambiance is nice.
Yes.
You don't have to look for a big name restaurant.
Right.
It just costs. You know what it costs? Effort.
Yeah.
Effort and
I
research.
like a good experience.
Oh,
Yes,
yes.
You
Me
go
too.
to a dive.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes,
And be
and
like,
have a
oh my
great
God, the
time.
food was
I
this
rented
or
a car
that.
And drove 3 hours for a dive.
Yeah.
Just for the
I would go.
experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think what happens, and that's another thing where social media got people messed up, is that people think that you always have to spend a lot of money.
No.
I even told a guy I was dating, I want to go on a picnic, I want to fly a kite. It was March. I went, let's go fly a kite. Let's go, do
No,
write
that's
me a love
effort,
letter.
yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's
insane.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
in the climate of people, women asking for diamonds, pearls, rubies, and
Yeah.
houses and Benzes.
Yeah.
You want a love letter. He's like, wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, but I still couldn't get it.
You still didn't get the love letter.
And how much effort does that take?
Still
I
didn't
still
get
couldn't
the
get
love.
it. So
That's the
that's
point.
so that's why I'm like, I just
email a
be
love letter like.
so confused.
No,
Yes.
seriously.
As to which way I'm supposed to go with this, because I didn't even ask for anything financial.
Right.
No.
I didn't ask you for anything, sir.
The financial part is.
I just said this is what I like,
Right.
And that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm very disappointed.
I understand.
And
Yeah, that's what it
that's
is.
enough
It's
to be.
disappointing. I
Yeah.
understand.
It's
Yeah.
frustrating and it's just
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
nasty work out here.
disappointing.
Yeah.
It is disappointing. It's not
It
just the
is.
financial. It's the understanding. It's the love. It's the care.
Right.
It's the things that we're looking for. Not just the masculine energy or the because
Yeah.
There's
we're
other
masculine
things.
I
enough.
can be with my
like,
girls and get
seriously.
masculine energy.
Like,
If that's-
seriously.
I can. But I'm looking.
I want
when
to
you're looking for that.
Yeah, you want
connection.
to be soft. Like let me
do.
allow me to be soft.
Yes.
But with me being soft, that comes with me trusting you.
right.
Right.
That's a little trust.
It's all in trust. I cannot be soft and let my guard down.
Right.
That has been built for 49 years to allow you to no, it's not going to happen. And it's definitely not going to happen overnight.
Right.
But you have to show me.
Right.
I think one of the most attractive things a man, or at least for me and my boyfriend, the one thing that I can say is one of his best qualities is he can say he's going to do something. I don't have to remind him that he
Right.
said it, and he always does it. If for whatever reason he can't do it, which is rare, he will let me know.
Let you know.
And like immediately, oh, I said we this, but something happened. I cannot do it. But I think follow through and being a person of your word is worth
that's-
more than almost
Right.
anything.
Yeah,
Because
anything.
what happens is that these men are planning these dates or promise this, that, and the third. You won't hear from them. Like
Not at all.
you gotta be you have to have follow
You
through.
remember back in the day, they
Yeah.
used to say, "Oh, that's my word," and it meant something.
It means
Yeah.
something.
It means
That's
nothing
all-
now.
Yeah,
Nothing.
It's just.
Remember we used to
It's
do
just,
this?
Yeah, yeah.
swear.
It's just.
Pinky
It's just a
swear.
four,
Yes.
It's just a
Yeah.
4-letter word.
That's
No,
a promise.
It could be something
it
simple.
meant
I'm gonna call you
something.
back in an hour.
Yeah.
If you know that you're still busy, just send a text. 5 seconds. Hey, said I was gonna call you in an hour. I'm still here. Give me an additional hour.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm done. I'm good.
And it's,
Yeah.
it's just
Fine,
being
I'll talk to you later.
considerate. It being
Yeah.
considerate.
Be
of-
considerate and do
Yeah.
what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that what I have experienced from men now, when you ask them to do that, if they're not showing up that way automatically, you ask them to do that. Well, God, sis, we just met.
Yeah.
Like
just
you
met.
already,
But that means
thinking about my
But
phone.
being
You
that you're doing
already
it when we just
me
met,
doing this.
that means you're gonna be worse when
And
we
I'm
get
just
to know each other.
exactly.
Way worse.
And I
Yeah.
can be
better.
considerate in that
They're
way.
not gonna be better. That's like
'Cause you're on
when
your
people
best
say, "Oh, when
behavior."
we get married, things gonna change." Absolutely not. It's gonna
Yeah.
get worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely
going to
not.
get worse.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like, in this group of friends that I have, that we're not asking a guy to do something for us that we can't do for ourselves.
No.
We can take ourselves on a $200, $300, $400 dinner.
Right.
We can take ourselves to islands. We can go take ourselves to countries. We can take, now you on Instagram watching me do
Enjoy
my life, because this
right.
is my real life.
Right.
We're
It's
not
not a liar.
staging this
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
We're not just getting on a fake plane.
Right.
But when we taking pictures with the pilot, he actually flew us to where we were going.
Yeah.
And then you ask me, my friends, about who I am, and I'm
Yeah.
showing up as to who I am, and then you try to dummy my shit down.
Yeah.
I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
Nah, we're not
As you
doing
should.
that.
As you
No.
should.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Applebee's and all of the things. I don't want to do that.
You
Yeah,
don't
you're not
eat
Applebee's
there.
girl. You don't even eat Applebee's.
I don't.
My
Right.
daughter doesn't eat
Yeah.
Applebee's.
Right, and so when I say that, it's like, oh, I
But
want
if
to
you
do
eat Applebee's,
the
that's
nicest
cool.
restaurant
That's
in your.
No, it's fine if that's what
Look,
you like.
When you
I
say
love their boneless wings.
when you say
Yeah,
when you
no.
ask me what I like though, Moni, and I said, I mean whatever you
understand.
like, and then he said, I said, well, a nice restaurant. What kind of nice restaurant do we have in your town? And
Yeah.
you tell me Olive Garden. I got a problem with that. Olive Garden cannot be the nicest thing in your
But that's
town.
the nice restaurant. That's nice for
To
him.
him.
To
It's
him.
nice
the
for
thing.
him.
That's nice to him, though.
But that means he's not for
I
her.
gotta
No, I
speak
understand
up.
that
Yeah.
part too. But then that's when
that part.
But that's when you
No,
have
that
to.
part.
But that's when you have to do the
something
work.
else.
You
Yeah.
have to do it. When his answer is his answer, and he's being truthful. If Olive Garden is the nice restaurant in his town and the nicest restaurant that he knows or that he is willing to go to, and that's not for you, then you have to say, well.
Thank you. Good night.
No, show
And-
him.
No. You can show
No,
him.
she said thank you, good night.
No, you can show him
A small
or
Italian
you
place.
can show him what's nice for you. And then if that doesn't work, then you say goodnight.
But-
Because if no,
No.
because
Some
people
people are
only
not
know what they know.
exposed.
But again,
They're
if
not exposed.
this is happening continuously,
No, I'm not talking about continuously. I'm talking about this one. I'm talking about one.
If this
I
is
really
concrete thing.
thought that,
I
Simone. You
understand
might
that too.
be right. At
yeah.
50 years old, if
Come on
you've
now.
never been anywhere and you still think the nice thing is Olive Garden, I give a lot of grace
Let me tell
to
you
young
something,
people.
let me tell you something.
Older
though.
people.
What you know is what you know,
I guess
and what
you're
you're
right.
exposed to.
you're
Because
right.
there are people that are our age and be in the same circle or same vicinity that are not exposed to things that we have been exposed to as well.
Right.
So you can't really say, but them not willing to do it is
That's
different.
true. That's true.
It's different. What you know is what you know.
I think if
you
you're
don't
taking
know,
about that
you don't
element,
know
Lou.
until you know.
I'm just saying from my experience.
Yeah.
When I have, dated guys, and that's how they
From your
showing up in
experience,
the
I agree.
Applebee's thing, and it's like what happens is that, but you exposing them to a level of luxury, and I'm saying luxury because we love to do this, we
Yeah.
love the restaurants, all the things, and you're exposing them to a level of luxury they've never experienced before.
Yeah.
Now you're doing too much.
When
Depends
someone
on the
says to
Right.
me,
I'm just saying my
yeah.
experience. Like I have been told numerous times that I'm doing too much.
when someone says that you're doing too much, that means you're doing too much for them.
and they're not,
So
they're
then
not
that-
doing enough.
And then that
And then
means
that-
you move on.
Right, they're not
not-
doing
you're
enough.
Right.
You're
Like
done.
you always going somewhere.
But if someone actually literally says that to you, you have to put them in a whole nother kind of category. And I'm being honest.
You have
And
to
I
wish
don't
them
care.
well.
And I don't even care if it's a romantic mate or a friendship or whatever. If someone says to you, you're doing too much, you're doing too much for them.
For them.
Right. You have
And
to
they
wish
don't-
them well and keep
they
it
don't
moving.
like it.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Right.
Yeah, wish them well.
It's
though.
true.
Yeah.
We wish them well. It's no hard feelings. I'm just not for you. You
Right.
like tea, I'm champagne. Like that's it.
Thank you
Right.
and good night.
Right.
And good night.
Thank you and good night.
Exactly. I ain't got time.
That's like you
You
take
know
me on
what?
a, look. You take me on a cruise.
Yeah.
You bought me a drink package, and then you say I drink too much.
Baby! Baby!
Do you take me on a cruise? Buy me a drink package and tell me I drink too
Well,
much.
I don't
That's what you don't like
I
about
don't
me.
like adults who try to manage other
Don't
adults.
micromanage me.
No,
Don't
no.
manage
That was a
other
facade.
Yeah, like,
That was
yeah.
a total facade. And we're going to keep it there
Yes.
because it ain't for me. But that was a facade.
But can I say
Don't
something?
throw no mask on me,
Right.
bruh.
Well, that's called
we knew.
gaslighting.
Yeah.
Before.
No, I know it's called gaslighting.
Yes.
But I didn't want to use a word that everybody be
No,
using
I know.
now.
That, it's over here.
Because it's
It is-
like
no,
blah,
no,
blah, blah.
no,
Gaslighting.
But
Yeah.
Moni, I mean not Moni. I'm sorry, Lucy.
Everybody
People,
uses- I'm like, geez,
people don't
did y'all
know what
not
gas.
open a
No, I just
dictionary
learned
before?
what gaslight means.
No, I understand
Like
that.
people don't know what gaslight
Like you've
means.
experienced it, but you never knew exactly the
and I have been.
terminology.
It made me
Yeah.
want to go and
Yeah.
burn dude's house down.
Yeah. I know.
For real, like really, like
But
set
it
a
wasn't
match
his house.
But
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
to his house because
but
I
I
was just
knew
like,
what it
oh, is
was.
this what this is?
Yeah.
That whole,
Yeah, that
you know,
really
I'm
is
like,
gaslighting. That was
I
crazy.
see what I
Yeah.
see. Like this is what I
Yeah.
saw with my own eyes,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh no, I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't there. I could see you.
I can see
Right.
you.
But that's a coping mechanism.
I had no
When
idea what
someone
gaslighting
is
was.
unwilling to, a lot of people live in delusion, and they do it for their own mental health.
Baby.
Right.
Because if they step out of delusion and speak to what it is, they'll be depressed. They don't like what they see when they speak reality. So a way so that you don't detect what they think about themselves.
Right.
They'll kind of turn the mirror
Yeah.
to you and
Yeah.
be like, you have
Absolutely.
this problem.
Right.
Not
It's your
I'm
problem, not
inadequate.
Right.
You have a problem.
And boy,
Look
was
in the
he
mirror.
inadequate, and I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Right.
I keep saying I'm gonna say nothing else.
But again, like
please get me over this.
But again,
Move the subject. Lose the
I'm just going to say this. When we encountered him, we knew, right? But that's the thing with women. We tend to stay.
Hold on.
And hold on for what?
Hold
what?
on.
And waste time.
Yeah.
And waste
And I
energy
feel like
and
it's to
finances
save
and love.
face.
Nah.
And I feel like it's to save face.
That's
but
another thing
saving
with
face for
feelings.
who?
Yeah.
Like my feelings. I hold on to people's feelings
What face
so
are you
long.
saving?
No, I'm just saying. I just be kind of holding on to the, like, I don't
she's
want to
a
hurt
Libra.
nobody's feelings. Because I know
Right.
how I feel when my feelings get hurt.
Right.
But I'm holding on to the detriment of myself.
Of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I got to, relax and let
Yeah.
it go. Because if they wasn't feeling me, they not going to continue to talk to me.
Right.
It's just be,
They not. They're not.
And you know, bro, you like, oh, Moni, you were right.
yes, I hate it.
But I don't want you,
don't
to
even
ever.
know. I hate
I know
the-
you hate that.
I was like, oh, I got to tell her she right again.
You're not never
Not
going to
again.
tell you wrong because again.
I know.
I'm
just
looking
saying,
in. I'm
It
the
is
one
what it
looking
is.
in.
I'm
The
getting,
outside
I'm on
looking
the
in.
outside.
It's different.
but you on the outside looking into what is, and I'm in it. So it's different. Like when you're in it at the moment,
Yes,
you
it
don't
is.
really want it to be what it
No.
really is.
What it
And it's
is.
like, and your
But,
friends
bro,
will
you
tell
hard,
you
though.
100% that ain't it.
You hard-headed as
Because
hell.
I am.
You
Hard-
hard-headed as
You are.
hell.
You are.
Like
I
you
know.
stubborn, you hard-headed,
You like
but
to see
it's,
the
and it's
best
like
in
against.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
That's who you
I
are.
do. And
that's
it's like I gotta
wonderful.
relax.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, pull that back.
I gotta pull it all
So
the way
moving
back.
forward, bro, what we doing for the end of 2020? Where we going with this? What we doing, bro? Come on, Maxie.
Can I
I'ma
tell you
ask
what I would
y'all.
like? Can I tell you what I would like for you?
Yes.
What's that?
I would like you to jump so far out of your comfort zone and the kind of men that you're used to dating, because I believe that sometimes as women, we date who has traditionally been attracted to us,
course.
and who we feel safe with and comfortable with,
Yes.
and who even internally we think won't judge us as a person or
Yeah.
think badly of us.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think that there are a lot of men who, and I know it's like cool now because of Sierra to date like the corny guy, but I am an advocate for the guys that are not necessarily cool
Right.
to everybody else
Right.
or to the culture at large, but they could be valuable people. They make go ahead, talk a little.
No, go ahead.
No,
This is perfect.
No, you
Yes,
finished.
no,
right.
it is.
This is great.
There are lots of men out there
You're right.
who may be intelligent. They may be ready for a relationship. They may be well versed. They may be well traveled, but they are maybe not interested in the same things that interest you, or are things that you are used to. And I will say that as people, either whether it be African Americans or Latino people, we sometimes can get to a place where when people are different, we're like, oh, they weird. They like
They're
white
weird.
girls.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
weird. They this. That's not necessarily the case. They just may be interested in a niche thing. So it's up to us now that we are adults and we know that everybody likes something different. To kind of find these guys, because they could be really valuable human beings and looking for a gorgeous woman like you who is an entrepreneur, who loves her family, has grown kids. You don't have babies anymore.
Right.
So I just want you to step out, and somebody could show up in a way you're not used to, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Give it a go. It could seem weird at first, but then eventually you might find somebody who's worthwhile.
Right.
That's what that's my thing. That's what I hope.
Okay.
I
I take it.
I agree.
I receive that for
Yeah,
I
me
receive
too.
I
it for
agree with
her.
everything you're saying. I totally do. I just don't want that because the last two guys were not her norm.
Okay,
She
got you.
she did step out.
But it wasn't,
you know what?
it wasn't stepped out in a good way.
No, right.
Yeah.
Because of them, not her.
Yeah,
but the
not
whole
her.
thing is she held on too long.
Mm-hmm.
That's her thing.
That's her.
That's her thing.
Yeah.
But she did step out of her comfort zone. She did step out of who normally
Okay.
who she normally is attracted to. So and I encourage her to continue to do so. Because, but you know, also you have to figure it out, because it's a lot of times it's like, oh, I want the bad boy, but I want the financially stable. And a lot of times they do not coexist. You know, I want the this and I want the that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, really, who are you willing to,
Eat their shit sandwich. I feel
well,
like everybody got a shit sandwich.
No, but everybody got a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
You got a shit sandwich.
I know.
Everybody on this panel has a shit sandwich. You know what I mean? To someone else.
Right.
To maybe not to ourselves, but to someone else.
someone else.
And then,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Because we like to have a cocktail. We like to have a good time. You can meet a man who likes to read books and likes to go to the library, but guess what? He does not care that you like to drink and
It's
have
that
a good
part.
time.
It's
It
that
doesn't
part.
bother him. It may
Right.
not. It don't have to be him.
It's that part.
But he can't. He knows who he got with, and he's like, "Hey, listen, Rochelle likes to drink and have a good
And
time,
likes to
and I
party
love
and
that
likes
for
to-
her.
And I'm gonna
Right.
support that.
I
And I'm
support
supporting
it. I
supporting
love
her.
that
That's
for
the
her,
part.
Right.
and that's okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I want that for
Yeah.
for all
That's
of us.
what
all
it
of
is.
us.
You know,
For all
I
of
think
us.
that's
Yeah.
what it's about. You know, love is a
When-
beautiful
when-
thing. We need to, you know, you have to experience that. We need that. You
When
know?
people,
So-
when you are,
Why am I done with my champagne?
Wait, let me catch up. Let me catch up. You know, you gotta tell me
when
one
people
time,
are
Rocky. One time. One time.
accepting you for
Go,
who you
go.
are. Not saying there are things that you can't change or shouldn't change,
Absolutely.
but when someone accepts your, you know,
Yes.
your stuff,
Yeah, that's
like how, you know,
Yeah, accept your stuff.
Yeah.
And it'd be different if you had like a problem. We all
Right.
know that that is untrue.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
that person was trying to make you
Make
believe
you the problem.
you were the problem. because
make you the
he had a
problem because he had a
Right.
problem.
Right.
Correct.
Because he had a problem.
right.
Right.
So,
Right.
but like when, you know, people like the way, you know, I like to dance, and then
You
know,
love
I
to
love to
dance.
dance. And
My
like to
Juicy
move
is
and-
a sexy girl, but not in a attention seeking sexy girl.
No.
You just like to have a good time.
I
You
like
like
to have
to
a good
dance.
time,
You
yeah.
like to move your body.
Yeah.
And there's a man who will see that and not be threatened.
Right.
not be threatened. It's
And be like, oh, that's my girl.
Like, that's my girl. I know her.
We
She's
coming
cool.
home together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She like to wind up.
And
a
she's
little
warming
bit.
up for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's warming up for me
Exactly.
when we go
warming
home.
up for
Exactly.
you, and that's
Exactly.
fine.
Yes.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is good. This is really good. I mean, I know for right now in my life, right? I'm on my dating thing, and I do have grown kids. I'm not caring for a kid like I used to, you know, 27 for the past 27 years, and I just want to be supported by my girls in a way that will help guide me.
Yeah.
Because it's this dating, I feel like I'm just new and just fresh in it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So I would need that type of support from y'all.
yeah. Well, dating now is new because the time has changed.
Right.
Things have changed. Like the men are different. A lot of these men haven't been raised by good men or good mothers.
Right.
And I'm be honest.
Yeah,
Whether you're single or not, like there are a lot of men that have mommy issues, daddy issues, all these
Self
traumas,
issues.
don't want to go to therapy. You know, it's just a lot, and we're dealing with those things as well. But when you're willing to deal with them, or when you're willing to change or go to therapy or seek more information, then that's different from when you're just stuck in your ways and you're just stuck there and you're just like, oh, well, I'm good.
Right.
But you're really not.
Right. And therapy is okay.
Therapy is amazing.
You know, therapy is needed.
amazing.
I need everybody to understand that
Therapy is amazing.
needed.
I'm seeking a new therapist
You know,
right now.
so-
Therapy is amazing.
Because you want an objective point of view sometimes. And a lot of times you don't want
objective point of view all the time.
Exactly. I don't want to ask my
I do.
friends or my
Yeah.
mom or my family.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just need someone who does not know
Doesn't
anything
know
about
you.
me.
Yeah.
And has me out of the box and just giving it to me.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
I think you need that reset.
You
and a lot of
do.
times, you know, especially in our community as far as African American, we look at it as like, oh, they sit on somebody's couch, you crazy.
Yeah.
No.
And
No,
it's
you're
not
how you
crazy
feel.
for not sitting on somebody's
Right.
couch.
That's
Yeah.
I was talking to my therapist one time, my old therapist, and I said, a lot of people are a little touched. He was like, yeah.
Oh, a
So a
lot.
lot of people everybody's a little touched.
Absolutely.
But the ones that are crazy are the ones that think they're not.
Right.
Right.
No, everybody.
Or a lot of things that are
everyone has little
norms
things
Yeah.
in
with
our
them.
community were things that were born out of historically survival.
Yeah.
So being in survival
Mode.
mode is not necessarily being at your highest self.
No.
No,
So
it's not.
what your grandmother told you was really for survival,
Right.
not because that was her thriving.
Right.
Right.
So those
Right.
things, as we've progressed and moved on, and they don't apply anymore.
They don't
Yeah.
apply
But
anymore.
we are married to those
We are.
ideals that were
Yeah.
born
Those
out
notions.
of survival.
Yeah.
And Raquel, I say that to people all the time. Grandma did not want to stay with Grandpa.
No.
Grandma had to stay with Grandpa.
Yeah.
Because she knew she had a responsibility with her children. That's why she
Absolutely.
stayed. If Grandma in this age, grandmas ain't staying no more. We got
don't.
jobs. We got careers. We have friends. We have all the things that
things.
Grandma wished she had
Right.
back then. Grandma
Yeah.
was angry and mean because she didn't have anybody else but her and her kids, and maybe the lady next door.
Right.
And the furthest they didn't travel. The furthest they went was to each other backyards drinking a beer. They had to be in the house at a certain time because the food had to be done. The kids had to be put to bed. Grandma was angry.
Yeah.
I think that my grandmother is the reason I have the mindset that I have. My mom, God rest her soul, was a lovely, wonderful person. But my grandmother was the only person I saw in my life that was born in 1921. She was born in Little Rock, Arkansas. She was, this is my mother's mom. She was a biracial woman, but a product of rape. So she knew she had to get out of there.
Yeah.
So I think my grandmother was one of my first inspirations because she was a woman like y'all are. She was a thinking woman. She was strategic. She knew what she needed to do to get where she needed to go.
Yeah.
So she married somebody just to have him take her to
Get her
California.
out of there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once she got there, she was like, oh, I don't need to be married to him anymore.
Right.
She brought her and her mother. Those were her only, they didn't have family like that. She didn't even know her dad. So she brought her and her mother there. And then she divorced him to marry my grandfather, who was about 20 years older, but he was a responsible, good job man. And she was like, good. Then my grandmother went on to and I was telling Christopher this early this morning. My grandmother was born in 1921. She went to Sweden, Norway, Europe, Asia. She traveled but she had the presence of mind to buy property even back then.
Right.
So she had culturally her ideas were old school, but as far as financial and knowing doing what you have to do you ladies are to get where you need to go, she was thinking like that back then.
Love
so
it. Love
I
that.
always looked at my grandmother and was like, that's
Right.
a bad bitch.
Right.
She knew what
Right.
she needed to do and knew where she needed to go to
Right.
get where.
See, my
get what
aunt
she
was the
needed.
person that
Your
was that
aunt was
person in
like
my
that
family.
in your life.
Because my
yes.
aunt, she wanted to be she wanted to work for the FBI. But my aunt, my grandmother said that she wasn't going to keep her child while she went. And so she wound up being a social worker, and she did work for the police department, but she wasn't a police officer. But that's what she really wanted to do. She wanted to move to DC, and she wanted to join the police.
FBI.
Yeah, the FBI.
She had a mind.
And think about those limited expectations that we put out, as on each other. Like my grandmother put it on her.
Yeah.
My mother. I felt like my mother had really, really high hopes, but I just felt like her relationships had her by a chokehold.
By a chokehold. Yeah.
Happens.
It happened.
It happens
They
to a lot of
had her.
women.
They had her by
That's what a
chokehold.
lot
I
of
never
us-
really. My mother and my father were never in a relationship. They were just friends, and I'm a product of a friendship.
friendship.
But my mother, I don't know my mother to ever be with a man that treated her well.
Wow.
That I could say, oh, he treated her so good. I don't know. I don't never had that experience with her being with a man that treated her well.
Right. Right.
And that's why I say, when you see these things growing up, you don't understand how much they're gonna affect your relationships.
Yeah.
You know, but they really do
Absolutely.
Yes,
affect
they do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
how
Yeah.
you show up.
It's the
Absolutely.
foundation.
and it's
Absolutely.
like a fighting battle for me
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I thank God every
fighting it
day that
all
I
the
came from a
time.
loving parents.
Right.
A loving parent home. I thank God every day.
So you knew.
I can see it. I can still see it. It's almost tangible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their love was almost tangible to me.
Yeah.
And my father has been gone. Last year made 20 years.
Wow.
And my mother still speaks of him every day with love and respect and honor and care. Like that's what I want. I want a man like my father was. My father
Amazing.
was a man's man.
Right.
He was only 5'3", but he was a man's man. You wouldn't even think that he was 5'3". He stood like he was 6'5".
Yeah.
That's right.
The
You
tall.
understand?
That's right.
I
He's still
love
in
that.
business.
You understand?
He was
I love
a man.
Right.
man.
I give you
So
all
business.
three even. If you a
Exactly.
man,
Absolutely.
you a
You a
man.
man.
Period.
You can't come. That's why you can't come to me any old kind of way.
Yeah.
I love
Because I
it.
know what love looks like.
That's
I
right.
love
I know what respect looks like, and I know what a responsible man looks like. My father took care of us
That's right.
That's his duty.
every day.
I feel like that about my dad. I met my
Yeah.
dad when I was 33, and I feel like he is a man's man.
Right.
That was the first time I had a relationship with a man that did not include sex.
Ah.
That wasn't a sexual
Right.
thing. Somebody taking
Right.
care of me and they didn't want to have sex with me.
Right.
You know, and I was just like, oh my God.
such
So
an
I now
amazing
I see
feeling,
when
right?
people
It's
say,
invigorating.
you know,
Yeah.
It's an
a
amazing
woman's first
feeling.
love is with her
It's with her
father.
father.
Yes.
And I felt
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
I got goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
Look at
You really
me.
do.
I got goosebumps right
It's
now. It's like
real.
that
It's
first
real.
love is with
It's
her
real.
father. Like
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
he was just like
He's like one of
I
your
was
best
like,
friends now.
Yeah.
Wow. No, he's not my best friend.
He's not.
No.
What
He's
up,
not my
Smoke?
best friend. I talk to him about he's not my. I always
like
feel
you
like
always talking
your
to your
parents.
father
I
about
do
things.
talk
Yeah.
about
No.
things.
You guys
Yeah.
aren't friends, but you have that
He's
relationship.
a confidant. Like
you
he's
can
that. He's that.
confide.
He's
A
that. Not
confide,
confidant.
yeah.
He's like that safe space.
Space,
to
I
me.
feel like you tell your father things I would never tell my father.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do the same thing with my dad as well.
I do.
know
I
you-
can talk to
I
my
know
dad about
you
anything.
do.
Girl.
You and
Like
Mr.
even like sexual stuff. You know, I'm like,
yeah,
oh
I
dad.
see that.
I asked him stuff about guys. I was like, so when you guys get a hard on, do such and
Lord.
such. I can say stuff. I
No,
can say
I do.
stuff like that. Like what
Me
happens
too.
when this? And,
Me
and he'll be like, okay. Okay, so what you say now?
Right.
That's his thing. He said, hold on.
Right.
Hold on. So what you say now?
Right.
I know.
But he's definitely
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
But I just feel like kids and
Parental.
a
Oh, no,
parent
I
and a
know where you're
kid
going
is
with
like
that.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't use the word best friend.
Okay, so I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I
He's
meant
a great
that
parent.
He's a great parent.
He is.
And you are more open than I have ever.
Well, no, all my friends say that about
Yeah.
my dad. Always,
you
all
too,
my
you
friends
know.
say that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
open
know.
with your dad too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm open
way
with Smoke
open
as
with-
well.
Yeah. Everybody
But-
open with
You
smoke.
know,
Yeah.
my dad-
I know how you and your dad.
Me and my
talk.
Everybody
dad
open
have
with
a
smoke.
crazy relationship. I
Yeah.
call him Pimp Size. Hey, Pimp Size.
Yeah.
You know, that's his nickname, Pimp Size. And he's just so like, and like with mom too. Like, you know,
You're
Yeah.
mom too.
Miss
Yeah.
Cat,
Miss
mom,
Kitty Cat.
yeah, my girl. I'm happy that I have that type of relationship with my parents.
Yeah.
It's so important. My dad used to straighten my hair. Like he used to, blow and with the straightening comb and put a little grease and do my ponytails. And in the winter, he would put the sheet on the radiator so the bed is not cold when I get in the
Aw.
bed. So these are the things that I'm used to. So this is what I
Yeah.
require in my relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it started from there, and Dad and I have a great relationship. It was always, we had struggles, of course, but as of now, I have those memories to think, to know, and to feel, and I still feel that love and protection. When I was younger, I still feel that in my adult years, and even with mama.
What I
Yeah.
find with your parents is that they realize that you're an adult.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parents that don't recognize when their children become adults.
Yes.
And they still think of them and
As
treat them as children.
Children. Right.
So I love
I love
that.
it too.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
I love it too.
That's
Because
super
Cat be
cool.
like, oh, morning child, please.
Child, please.
oh, Moni, oh, child, please. I mean, and it's like anything you do.
Right.
I mean, you dancing, drinking, talking, whatever.
Cussing,
It's
like,
not no,
yeah,
it's no,
crazy.
it's no, you don't have to filter yourself with your parents. It's
Yeah.
like, Moni is 44 years old. Like
Yeah.
she's good.
She's good.
She's
But I
good.
feel like
Good.
you've done that with your children.
Yes.
I feel that way.
I feel that way
I
too.
feel that way.
Absolutely.
I feel that way too.
You're like the cool
I
mom,
feel
bro.
Yeah, I feel
You're
that
the
way.
cool mom.
you're-
You know?
Yeah, and they say that.
I
You're a
love
really good
that.
parent.
I
You've
love
done
that.
that. You've done that.
Yes, you
You're a really good
have.
parent,
My
though.
mission was to just make sure that I have a better relationship than what I have with my
That's right.
parents.
That's right.
And I think I have surpassed it.
You
No,
have
you
done
have.
it. You've
Absolutely.
definitely
Yeah.
done it.
Definitely.
Because you
Yeah.
have two
Yeah.
great kids.
Yeah, they're cool.
Thank you.
You did a good job, bro.
Thank you.
You know, you did a great job. It's just
You
like
did a
seeing
good
like how you
job,
parent
sis.
and how you have gotten better with your parenting from when Chance was young
Yeah.
and swimming school, and then when you was pregnant with Charlie. It's like just to see how they've grown into these beautiful humans. It's just like, damn, like
Yeah.
you did a great job.
Absolutely.
Cheers to you. I wish. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, thank
So,
you.
yeah.
Absolutely.
we had
Look,
Of course, you know, Robert was first, and then I followed suit.
But we do.
That's for later. That's for later. That's for
So,
But
later.
this
yeah.
is a
Cheers to
good. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Cheers
Thank
to
you,
you.
y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yes.
Love
And being
you,
on the couch
bro.
with me.
Yes.
This,
put me on the
this is a
couch.
really, really good conversation. But I just want to end with how can I support you guys? Like how can I support you, Raquel?
Oh, me?
In your endeavors or your relationships
Rochelle,
or
I will
conversation.
say this, and I want to tell this story so people know the kind of person you are. I had to abruptly move in 2020 because it was some weird shit. I lived in the Bronx for like 9 years. All of a sudden, in the middle of the pandemic, I had like a crazy person stalking me. And I had to move immediately. I moved to New Jersey. And you didn't even say anything. I looked into my, I don't know if it was Venmo or Cash App, and you had sent me $300. You didn't say one word to me. And I said, why is Rochelle? I said, maybe it's a mistake. So Christopher was like, no, that's not a mistake. Rochelle said she wanted to help you because she knew that you weren't expecting to move and you had to move out of nowhere. So I say this story just to say that you have always supported me and supported me in quiet ways or loud ways, but that is who you are as a human being because as people always say, Rochelle always having something. She having a turkey, she having a breast cancer, she having a women's summit. You always having something. But what I know is that the something that Rochelle is always having is for other people. It's never for you. And so I say that to say that you can't support me any better than you already have. You've already
I was
done
gonna
it
say the
as a
same
friend.
thing.
Yes.
You are a very good friend, and you are somebody that cares about others. So
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you, Rochelle.
I appreciate that.
You can move on to
Yeah.
everybody else
Appreciate
now.
that.
You already know you support me every day. Like every way, even just when we text each other in the morning, it's just or have a phone call or just whatever. It could be the littlest things, but you always like, Lucy, like what can I do? And I'll tell you something or I'll tell you nothing. Or just, I'll just call and say, Rochelle, can I just say this to you? And I'll say whatever. And just so I can have a ear.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes,
an ear
ears
is
are
very. Sometimes an ear is more important than you actually know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just so you can vent, and not to the walls, and not to the TV, and not to the whatever, because I live alone. You know what I mean? So just for me to be able to say something to you, and for you to receive it and know that you're not judging me.
Right.
It's a whole nother animal. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you. And thanks for the whole couch and the whole situation.
Oh, thank y'all for being on the couch. What about you,
Miss
Mom?
I love you. That goes without saying. And I think how you can support me even more, I think you support me enough. I love how you love me, how you show up for me, how you're like, you know how to get shit together. Like, you like, all right,
part.
Moni, we're going to do this. Like, you are a woman of action. No, seriously. You are a woman of action.
Yeah.
And when it's go time, it's go
It's
time
go
with you.
time.
And you don't you don't stray. It's
No.
like, this is what we doing. What do you need from me, Simone? And that's it. And I love that about you. I love how you love me. I love how you love my dad, my mom, how you take care of us. Whenever I need you, Ro, you are always available for me and to me. Like, I mean, like from a message, and you know when my energy is off, you're like, yo, Moni, you good? And you check in on me, and you know, we pour into each other.
Right.
And I remember before you never used to really say I love you. You know, that was very hard for you to say at one point. Now
It's different.
it's different.
It's different.
So I knew you loved me, but to hear it, I felt it always.
Right.
But sometimes you just want to hear that from your friends
Right.
and
Yeah,
from
you
people
do.
who, you know, you just need that. You just want to hear it. You just, you know, so
Sometimes, yeah.
for you to say it now as often as you do, it's like, that's my rider. I know, you know, I knew it, but to hear it, it's like, nah, Mexi loves me.
Yeah.
And thank you for loving me, and I love you, and I'm gonna always support you, and I'm gonna always make sure that I'm in the back of your head telling you, don't do that.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it even when I don't want to hear it. I hear it when I don't even want to hear it. I'm like,
And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm here. So cheers to you, and I love you, and thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. I love this. This was really, really good, y'all. I did everything to keep from crying. Everything. My throat hurting and all the things. But I appreciate y'all coming. I do. We're gonna have these talks again, and I hope that these, you know, the way how we live our lives. This is our real life. This is how we talk.
Yeah.
You know, regular. We just opening up ourselves to my podcast to maybe help some other women to make sure that you cultivate those relationships. This has been Beauty, Business, and Banking. Till next time.